Hey there, Laker fans. Welcome to Lakers Detailed. I wanted to talk a little bit about something that we've been seeing since Luka has started to get back into what his normal form is. And one of those things and the thing I wanted to talk about was his ability to obviously create passes, but how there's actually a hidden benefit to the way that teams are defending the Lakers as it relates to some of the isolation play that we've been getting out of Luca and the isolation play that we've been getting out of LeBron James. So I know there's been some conversation about organized run rates and stuff like that. And I'm not here to dispel any of that, but I just want to contextualize some of what's happening. LeBron and Luca, their natural ability to read the floor offensively is the reason why I think you don't see too much set called stuff. Obviously, when Luca leaves the floor and it's just LeBron and like four defenders and maybe the one other offensive option is Gabe Vincent, I think that will always be a little bit tricky because they're all defensively inclined guys. And you could see with the Clippers matchup, especially the both Clipper matchups, the JJ Redick was very comfortable with both of them just playing isolation basketball. And, to some folks who want us to play more systematic or have more called options, I understand why you'd feel that way. I don't think that's going to be the case when Austin or Rui come back. And I think the offense is going to look much better when they're back because they'll be the additional offensive threat that'll probably be playing on the floor next to LeBron and Luca, and it won't just be them by themselves individually, especially Austin, because he's a tremendous scorer off the ball too as well. But there is a hidden benefit that I wanted to talk about. It's something that I hope defenses continue doing because I do think it's a benefit to the Lakers, the other Lakers on the floor when it happens, and specifically it's the double teaming. I don't mind the idea of teams continuing to try to blitz Luca and double team Luca, not because he's a tremendous passer, because we know both Luca and LeBron are tremendous passers when they get double teamed and when they get blitzed. But really, the reason why I want it to happen is because I think the hidden benefit is that the other guys on the team get used to experiencing what that's going to look like. LeBron and Luca getting blitzed and double teamed is going to be something that happens in the playoffs. And because it's going to be something that happens in the playoffs, I'd love for the Lakers to I'd love for teams to do it in the regular season so the other guys can get reps. And so we've seen some examples of this. I just clipped the ones that led to actual assists. There's actually more that have led to like missed shots because the Lakers have been on sort of a cold streak. But I wanted to share that because I think these are very valuable reps in terms of increasing the IQ of role players in these specific situations. So what I have up here is specifically what I want to bring up. And so a couple of examples of possessions where we see this sort of happen, where we see this kind of play happen. So you see this example here against the Clippers where LeBron, we get very simple stuff. You'll see this with Jackson all the time. Jackson comes to the screen, sheds the screen really quick. Zubac is slower, so Jackson's able to gets this pass. It's a sort of a lofted pass from LeBron, so the rotation's able to make it. But this is a situation where we get to see Jackson have to make a read. He has to make a play and he has to look up and he has to do it. And this is valuable for Jackson because we want him to be able to do more than just run to the rim and dunk the ball. Like we know Jackson can do that. We know he's a great athlete, but we want Jackson to get the reps as to what he should do in other situations. So if we finish this play out, you see that Jackson gets a cutting Luka, but you can see when he was looking at the play, he was looking in that corner and he saw Chris Dunn in that corner until Luka cut over. He's looking for Dorian Finney-Smith to see if that's where he needs to send the ball. And Jackson correctly makes the right play. This is great stuff for our role players. Again, this is something that we want to have happen. Now, again, in this same situation, you'll see the same thing with Trey Jameson. You want Trey Jameson to be in this situation. Hopefully, we don't have to rely on Trey Jameson in the playoffs, but if we do have to rely on him, we want him to get these reps. We want Jared Vanderbilt to get these reps if he's the guy who's screening. We want Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura. We want those guys to be the ones that get these reps when this happens. So New Orleans completely sells out. They say, "Hey, look, we've got Luka Doncic on the floor, and they don't really have other guys that we really consider to be offensive threats. So Trey Jameson, when you come to screen, now this is the funniest part. This is some of my favorite stuff here. It's the small stuff that's really, really funny. After Luka throws this pass, watch him look at the crowd. Watch, he throws his pass. He's already got a smile on his face because he knows that he's already he's dragged these guys so far away. Now look at him. right as he does it, he's actually smiling. Like if you look at this bottom corner right here, he's actually looking and he's smiling at the crowd because he knows that he set this play up, and now it's basically a 4-on-3. All that matters now is that Trey Jameson makes the correct play and makes a correct read out of this. And so again, when you do something like this, it speaks so much to how great Luka is because he's able to get this pass off and he's able to bait people in. But these are valuable reps for everybody else on the floor. Am I supposed to cut? Am I supposed to stand in the corner? And then for the guy who's the short roll guy, these are valuable reps. This is valuable tape that can get shared in film sessions to the rest of the team, so the team knows how to handle these sort of situations. So Trey does this, takes a single dribble just to make sure that he freezes Bruce Brown, because Bruce Brown has to respect Trey Jameson's ability to get to the rim, and what he's doing there. And Trey Jameson makes a great pass into the corner to Shake Milton. That could be Rui in that situation. That could be Austin Reeves in that situation. Could be Gabe Vincent. Could be DFS. It could be anybody in that situation. But these are valuable reps for a guy like Trey and for his teammates. And Trey Jameson we end up scoring on this play. Now, again, like these sort of reps are always valuable. So you see it with Trey Jameson, you see it with Jackson Hayes, and now you'll see it again, I think, here with Jackson Hayes again. So Jackson comes and sets a screen here. Again, you see the same situation where Luka gets picked up by two guys. He's basically getting doubled. Harden, kind of after he gets screened, very lazy to recover, and so he forces Zoo to have to pick him up. So now look at the coverage. Now everybody's worried that Luka's got the ball on Zoo. He's going to try and drive on Zoo. So what happens here? He gives it up to Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt uses a pump fake. You get a close out here. So Zoo's already in a trailing position. Everybody's relocated. Let's roll it all the way back. Let's see what happens at the start of this, right? You see Gabe run through the paint and recover all the way out. Everybody's doing their jobs, right? Nick Batum is coming over and he's checking Jackson Hayes, so he hits the guy that's on the roller. These are all correct coverages. But where does the value come into this play? The value comes in this situation where now everybody executed their coverages correctly. Batum picked up the roller, so that's the first option that's gone. Like Batum picked up the roller, so that he's done his job. The defense has done his job. So because Doncic doesn't have the angle at the rim, he gives it to Jared Vanderbilt, who's a non-shooter. So Bogdan's not really going to try and close out on him. But now Vando has to make that decision. Vando has to figure out, what am I doing in this situation after that? And it's very simple. Vando takes a hard dribble, sends it out to Gabe Vincent for a wide open three. And because Amir Coffey has to respect Dorian Finney-Smith's ability to score the basketball or make an open jump shot, and Zoo's already ran all the way back in the paint. Everybody's in trouble here. Gabe Vincent takes a three and he makes it. And it's really, really simple. It's not complicated. I think it's something that is really important for the Lakers to continue to do. It's something that I hope teams continue doing as we play against teams that want to play one-on-one against Luka Doncic. If we play against teams that want to trap him or try to do different things, and not only to him, but also do it to LeBron too as well. As long as teams continue to do stuff like that, and they continue to make their correct plays, and the role players don't get flustered, like they stay disciplined in who they are, which for the most part they have, I think this is going to be great. And I hope it continues to happen in the regular season, because I do believe the hidden benefit, and if you don't want to call it a hidden benefit, the ancillary benefit, the secondary benefit of these reps happening is that they'll be prepared for it in the playoffs. You want these guys, as they're learning to play with Luka, as they're learning to play with LeBron, and learning to be inserted into these specific lineups and rotations, you want them to learn what their reads are supposed to be. And the only way those reads happen is in live reps. So I know a lot of people are complaining that, not a lot of people, but I know some folks are complaining that the Lakers aren't running enough organized offense. They're not doing what they're XYZ. In the playoffs, a lot of offensive play degrades into isolation basketball. And when it turns into isolation basketball, defenses specifically will try different tactics. They'll try different players. They'll try trapping. They'll try soft doubles, hard doubles, blitzing. They'll try all sorts of different things when it degrades into isolation and pick and roll basketball. And the Lakers have to be ready with their reads, the role players specifically, when that happens to LeBron James or to Luka. So I hope this continues to happen. And I know people may not like it, that there aren't set counters and help beaters and that sort of thing. but we want our guys to have those reads. It doesn't necessarily have to be an off ball action. Sometimes it's just a live read in a short roll situation or something different where it's a 4-on-3 because two guys have our two guys have um, been focused on our two stars. So I hope this continues to happen, and I hope teams continue to try to blitz our two stars when they're individually on the floor, because I would love nothing more than our role players, Austin Rui, Vando, DFS, Jackson Hayes, Trey Jameson, Dalton Connect, Gabe Vincent. I would love all those guys to continue to get reps to understand how to take advantage of those situations, and I think that'll lead to good things in the future too as well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to share the video. You can like and subscribe. That certainly helps the video out a lot. If you feel like supporting the podcast, if you feel like supporting the podcast or the YouTube, you can join the Detailers Club on the YouTube channel. And regardless of whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I appreciate you. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoy the content and continue to enjoy the content. We'll see you in the next one.